Hey, good day, good people. Welcome to this episode of MCM-TV. I'm your host, Leon Carpenter, and I'm here today in the studio with the Luckouts, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Let's start with the beginning. Let's start with introductions. How about your name and the role you play?
I'm Gretchen Domino, and I play bass and backing vocals.
Great.
I'm Liz. I do guitar and vocals.
Dan Durecki, drums and vocals.
All right, so personal names out of the way. Let's start with the origin of the name Luckouts. Where did the Luckouts name come from?
Well, actually, you know, when we were kids, we were always like, "Man, you're such a luckout. I want this and that. You know, you're a luckout. You got that." And we're like, "Hey, there's no band called the Luckouts." We went and checked it out, and we're like, "That's a perfect name because we're always lucking out and had some good luck." And so that's.
What genre do you consider your music?
Garage rock, a little punk rockish.
Yeah, straight ahead hard rock.
Yeah.
Rock. Yeah.
Okay. So how long have you guys known each other?
We just met Dan.
Dan's the new guy.
I'm the new guy in last June.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So,
when he joined the band.
and you guys have known each other how long now?
I was like 19 when I
years.
met Gretchen.
About 20 years.
We'll say for a long time.
Yeah, she was
Okay.
in some
For a long
other
time.
bands, and I was in other bands, and we played together in like cover bands and stuff.
Yeah, throughout the years, and we just decided. Well,
Hooked up
actually,
about
they asked me to
4
play.
years ago and started playing music again.
Yeah,
So you guys then met in the music scene back then.
Right.
yeah.
How did you meet Dan?
I answered an ad. She posted up on Facebook for looking for a drummer in that musicians referral service thing.
Mhm.
I think I just answered it, and she was like, "Hey, sent me a couple." Actually, it was a few days. I was kind of like, I didn't hear anything from him, and then she sent me some songs, and I totally dug it. I identified with it, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm interested."
Cool.
So
And
came for
perfect.
the audition
Yeah.
and changed their lives.
That's right.
For the better, of course.
That's right.
This is a little bit of a tricky question, but what inspired you to make music together? Or what does inspire you to make music together? Is there a chemistry? Is there a common goal? We're here in the studio and you guys are currently recording.
Right.
What drives all of that?
There's definitely chemistry. Like when we just got Dan, we started working with him, and he came up with an original song. He had it in his head, and we just formed it all together. He's like, I hear this in my head. He wrote the words down, and we just like threw it out there, and it just came out good. So it's like a good start. We got off on the right foot, and
So those little successes are going to keep inspiring you then.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as just to play together, I think it speaks to all musicians. Everyone's kind of until you're bumping around like molecules until you find that combination, right? And it's never, and sometimes it's pretty volatile. It's never always a good combination, and as a lot of musicians can attest to that, but as a musician, you want to play. I mean, the whole reason you do it is to, you're not going to sit in your basement. You want to get, your emotions and make them public. That's what makes you be a musician. Otherwise, you sing in the shower. What's the point, right? So I think we, you do that and you bump around, and I think we just bumped into the right chemistry.
That's awesome.
Well put.
Thanks.
Very. What was the first song you guys played as a group?
That's a good question.
Did you guys get together and start playing some cover tunes to kind of get into it, or did you start writing right off the bat?
Yeah, we
I think it
started.
was the originals right
Yeah.
off the bat.
Yeah,
Nice.
I mean, basically coming in as the new guy, they already had a volume of material, and it was incumbent upon me to learn it. So I think I learned the songs you sent me. I listened to them all and I knew them. I had them down.
And you played them the best, better than a lot of.
So
Yeah.
So
You knew your stuff.
did you come in and do an audition?
Yep.
Or did they just already know?
No.
So-
It's still an audition process. I had to come in and sit down and play and
Yeah,
make
we had
sure
a
I
few guys
could do
before
it.
Dan.
But I won.
So did you just come in and play a big drum solo, or did you guys rock out a tune?
Oh no, I had to rock
Rocked
out a
out.
tune. They don't
Yeah.
care
Remember
about
what
a
it
drum
was?
solo. Yeah, we did.
It
We
was
did like 5 songs.
5 songs that we sent him, and he learned them, and he came and nailed them. So
Awesome. All right, so now let's talk instruments. So tell me a little bit about your instruments. We started touching on that a little bit while we were setting up. We'll just leave this open. Tell me about your instruments.
Go ahead, Gretz.
I have a play a Gibson Q80 bass that they made. First year was 1986, and I have one of the originals. And that's my primary bass. I also have a Schecter bass that I play. It's got a real nice feel to it. I got Fender Music Master. I got a ton of basses, like 30.
And my favorite is the Fender Scorpion.
Okay.
And then I have another Fender that I use for backup, but Fender's my guitar.
That's fantastic. That's going to help us segue into the next question.
I played Tama. This is an old Tama Superstar. It was the top of the line back when I bought it, and then they did the Art Star, I think, after that. But that's birch shells, a little bit deeper toms. I play Zildjian cymbals. I have a DW snare. I've got a bunch of snares. I have an old Roger snare that I use. It's down here somewhere. It's from my first drum set ever. I think it's like actually my brother's old drum set. I think it's like late 60s Superphonic or whatever the Rogers was. Yeah, but that's it. They sound awesome.
So, Liz, you kind of touched on it a little bit already. Do either of you have any brand loyalty, or do you like to play what's available? I mean, obviously having 30 different basses, there's plenty to choose from there. But you mentioned you're pretty much a Fender girl. So
yeah, I have a Schecter guitar also, and some Epiphones, and copy Les Pauls, but the
Fender's where it's at.
Yeah. Yep.
You guys have been together for a while now, but Dan's new. Have you guys gotten out played together yet in this configuration?
Oh yeah.
All right. So
yes.
Tell me about that first show. Do you remember it?
I remember it.
It was a little rough. I mean, I was kind of like I thought I was ready, but now when I listen back at some of that stuff, I'm like, okay.
I had to give him a Joan Crawford look a couple times.
Yeah. That's the look you don't want to get.
The Joan Crawford
Yeah, I
look.
gave him Joan Crawford look a couple times.
So where was that show?
That was Bullfrog Bar and Grill.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
In Redford, is that?
Yeah, that's Redford. Have you toured at all, Gretchen?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Have you gone international, just around the States?
The States.
Okay.
United States with Huntress back in 91.
Okay.
And we played South by Southwest twice. It was a big history with
That's
her.
a hell of a party.
Yeah, it was a great time. And I hope to do it with this band. I know we can.
Sure.
So we're just, getting it together, and we'll be there.
All right. Liz, you've gone overseas.
Yeah, 2006, toured over in Norway and Sweden.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was a lot of cool places over there. Oslo was awesome, and Sweden. It's just totally different feel. They really love American music over there.
They love
cool.
music in general. Those people just go
it was
out
like
and
weeknights. We'd play on a
bands.
Tuesday night or a Wednesday night, and it would be like a packed room. Where like here, it's hard to get anyone to even go out on a Friday or Saturday
Yeah,
night.
that is a little bit tough.
I've been to Pittsburgh with Jill Jack, Chicago, New York, a couple other places, but
Chicago, New York, Nashville,
never been
Minnesota, Toronto. I played all
the
regular places
All right,
with
so
other bands.
For this next question, I want you to think of the first thing that comes to mind when I ask you your favorite venue that you ever played. The first one that comes to mind is more than likely your favorite.
I would say Harpo's.
Harpo's.
Yeah, that was my favorite venue to play. Was Harpo's.
Right here in our hometown.
Yeah. Yep.
I would say Cave-In. It was this cave in Oslo, Norway. It was like an actual cave. It was like,
what were the acoustics like in that place?
It was really cool.
Must have sounded like a giant arena.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I have it on a DVD. I videotaped the whole thing in this cave.
That is fantastic.
It was very cool.
Dan, where's your favorite spot?
I always like St. Andrews Hall too. Like I like playing the hall right back here in town too. So
that's cool.
It's always a good sound.
All right, now, likewise, least favorite place that you've played.
Seven Brothers. Seven Brothers in
That didn't take
Hamtramck.
long.
It's the size of a postage stamp. We were playing there for the Motor City Blowout. The bathrooms behind the stage, so people were walking through our show, or through our set, going to the bathroom.
Oh,
that's the least favorite.
All right, I would have to say I love Corktown Tavern, but the stairs, playing up there, up the stairs is getting kind of old there.
Yeah, as a drummer, it makes you wish you took up harmonica.
So, who writes your songs?
Well, we just started We wrote one song here with Dan for the new record.
And we'll usually just collaborate, Liz and I, and I'll come up with some riffs and some musical ideas, and she'll take it and, revamp it and add some lyrics and things. So it's a collaboration thing.
Right,
Okay.
Dan adds his beat, and there we go.
That's right, and we're off.
So
Right.
it's not like one of you comes to the table and says, "Hey, I've got this."
So once
This
in a
idea,
while,
this feel,
one of
or-
us may do that. Because
Okay.
we all, have individual ideas or a set thing that we want,
Right.
But that's rare,
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
we
it
always
does
end up
happen.
switching it up.
Right,
Or, how about
right.
we do it like this? Okay,
Right. And with the one that I brought to the table, it was interesting because they were kind of, they were like, hey, if you've got anything, you got any songs you want to do, just let us know. And I was like, well, there's this thing that's been tossing around my head for like the past 10 years. I had a hook and I had some lyrics and I said, it goes like this, and they picked right up on it, and then we ran with it.
Yeah, and I
Excellent.
added some words to it, and we
That's
just
true.
added different parts
Yeah.
and put it together, and it all came out rocking.
Beautiful. Can't wait. And which tune is that?
It's
I
called,
Come Alive.
Yep.
I Come Alive. All right. Well, we'll have to watch for that one. So what are rehearsals like?
It's usually me breaking up fights between those two.
That's not true.
You're going to get that look.
Right.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Give
exactly.
me the clothes hanger.
I have video proof. now.
So, let me elaborate on it a little bit. So when you guys get together to have rehearsal, is it playtime or is it serious time?
Oh, serious time.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're serious, and if we have like a new riff or something, we make it come alive.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
But I would like to say, though, from being this is like my first time being the lone guy in a group with two girls.
Mm-hmm.
I want to tell you how efficient they are.
Okay.
Because I've been in groups with all guys, and it was the first time I came to rehearsal, and I came home. My wife's like, "What? You're home already? What's going on?" I'm like, Psh, they're all business. We did the songs. They're like, "All right, see you later, Dan. See you next week." I'm like, "Okay." I mean, usually with a bunch of dudes, we're like talking about all kinds of other shit for an
Right.
hour. Then we play a song, and then somebody has to go smoke, and we got to make a drink, and then we talk about something else, and it's like 4 hours. And
You played 10 songs.
Oh yeah, exactly. My wife's like, "Oh, and then you got to play it again." I'm like, "Well, it was fine. Why do we have to do it?" But with these guys, it's like in and out. Love
Yeah,
it.
we
That's
get
awesome.
down to business
Has your music changed over time?
for sure.
It has. So what's the evolution then?
I would say, me as a musician, vocally, I'm starting to come out of my shell a little bit. Because at
Okay.
first I was like petrified to sing in front of people, and it's like, it's like I'm starting to grow some balls, so to speak, and as a guitar player,
How's your hammer hanging?
I've always just like played
To the
rhythm
left.
guitar, but now it's like I've kind of stepped up and we tried to find a lead guitar player that would fit in, and I'm just like, screw it, I'll just do it.
What type of advice would you give to others that wanted to start a band? Maybe even particularly to the idea of having a co-ed band, if you will. I'm sure there's ups and downs to all of it here. We were talking a little bit, Dan, about how the industry has changed. If for the young folks, maybe, if there's any young folks out there thinking about getting into a band, should they run or should they go for it?
Oh yeah, no, go for it. I mean, obviously, when you first get into it, it's all you're starry-eyed and you have those dreams. And I remember playing in my basement, or I would take my drum set out in my backyard and I would do drum solos, and I would be like, the Wayne's World, Mr. Big's going to be driving down my block and hear me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that type of stuff is what as a youngster, what you dream of. But yeah, go for it. Co-ed, it doesn't matter. I mean, I think get other musicians that feel the way you feel and play the way you want to play and share that same vision. Boy, girl, doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Do it, suck at it, do what you have to do, keep doing it until you're good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything worth doing is worth doing poorly till you learn to do it well.
That's right.
And so just keep doing it. And then, and in regards to, like we talked about, the state of the industry, you're not going to get a record deal anymore. I mean, there's just that. I mean, that's kind of almost a ridiculous thought. The biggest thing is own your own material. You know, if you sign a contract, they own you. They own your product. And you don't get upfront money anymore, and everything you make goes to them. So own your own material, sell it out of the back of your van, or sell your merch, and then, keep promoting. And if you have a product worth something, people will come to you, and Volvo will come to you, and Toyota, or whatever.
And Blackboard speakers will come to me,
and they will want a snippet of your song, and they'll have to pay you for it.
Right.
And RCA is not going to get it, and and whatever. So that's what it is. Just do it. Do it because you love it. Don't do it because you think you're going to be rich. Just do it because you love it.
I like that. That's great advice.
Right.
So how can fans gain access to your music?
Through CD Baby, through Facebook, through Reverb Nation, and contact us. We have CDs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All that information, of course, is on your Facebook page.
Yep.
Before I ask for any last words, I got a question that I want to post here that I pulled off of the Facebook site, and it came from Blackport Speaker Cabinets. You guys have a bit of a connection with them.
Thank you.
They would like to know if you would entertain the idea of being on a live Detroit CD with the likes of the Seatbelts, Cinecide, 6 Mile, the Farleys, Circus Boy, and more.
Hell yeah.
There you have it.
Absolutely.
It's official. They are interested.
All right.
Fantastic. So, any last words? Anything you want to share? Anything you want to talk about that we didn't talk about here?
Just thank you so much, MotorCityMusicians.com. We need to promote this. We need the camaraderie. We need to promote our city and all the awesome talent. Let's go for it.
Thank you.
Right on.
What do you think, Say?
That's all.
I would like to say, please go to DetroitMusicAwards.com and vote for the Luckouts.
Yes.
If you're affiliated with music in any sense, please vote for the Luckouts. We deserve this.
Check out our music.
And look for our new CD, No Time to Lose, will be coming out in the spring.
All right, that's all we have time for this episode of MCM-TV. I'd like to thank the Luckouts for having me here in the studio.
Thank you.
If you want to learn more about them, you can check out their Facebook page. Just go to facebook.com/theluckouts. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about myself, you can visit my fan page. That's on facebook.com/LeonCarpenterFans. And as always, please visit MotorCityMusicians.com. There's lots to learn. There's lots to see. There'll be other videos such as this one, including a button that will take you to the YouTube channel where you'll be able to see an extended version of this interview itself. So until next time, for MCM-TV, I'm Leon Carpenter. Keep the music alive.